Hello friends, I'm Mr. Ravindra Bhalerao and I welcome you to my channel that is English for Learners. Friends, today we are going to learn one of the best story from 8th standard and that is Androcles and the Lion. Before watching this video, as usual I request you don't forget to subscribe my channel. The name of the story is Androcles and the Lion. Long, long ago, there lived a kind, gentle, and courteous man. Courteous means polite, called Androcles. But he had a very cruel master. In those days, kings, nobles, and other wealthy men used poor people as their slaves. Androcles was a slave. The slaves were forced to work for their masters. They had to do what their masters told them. They had no freedom, no rights. Even when they were unhappy with their master, they could not leave him. Could not leave him means could not go away from him. They were bounded by law. Bounded by law means strictly forced to follow the laws, to obey their master. However wicked, cruel he might be. Wicked means cruel. Androcles did not like his heartless, wicked master. His master starved his slaves. Means his master did not give food to eat slaves and often whipped them. Means always beat them. Androcles felt that even death was better than serving such a master. He kept looking out for a good opportunity. At the first chance he got, he escaped from the clutches. Clutches means tight hold. Androcles escaped from the clutches of his cruel master. Now, although Androcles had thus run away, he was not coward. Coward means one who gets easily afraid. He took shelter in a forest. He was not afraid of the wild beast. Wild beast means wild animals that roamed the forest. Roamed means walked. He did not mind that he had no roof over his head. He was happy that he was free as a bird to go wherever he wished. Means Androcles was free as a bird who can go wherever he wants. One day, as he was wandering in the forest, he suddenly came face to face with a lion. Means Androcles came in contact with lion. His first reaction was to run and flee. Means Androcles wanted to run away from that lion. Flee means run away, escape. But Then he saw that the lion had not moved. On seeing him, means the lion was still without any movement. It neither growled nor roared. In fact, it looked at him. The lion looked at Androcles piteously. Piteously means in a piteous manner, pathetically, as if it was in a great pain. The lion looked at Androcles piteously because the lion was in a great pain. He was sad. Androcles paused. Paused means waited, stopped. Then he moved very cautiously, very carefully towards the lion, step by step. The lion mourned. Mourn means made painful sounds and whimpered and cried painfully, "Please help me," its eyes seemed to say. When Androcles drew near, means when Androcles goes near to that, means when Androcles went near the lion, then the lion lowered its head. Lowered its head means the lion bent down its head and began to lick its paw. Then Androcles saw that the lion's paw was wounded. Wounded means injured, sore and swollen. On a closer look, Androcles noticed that a big thorn had pierced one of the lion's toes. So, this is the cause of the lion's distress. The lion's great trouble. Distress means great trouble or sadness, thought Androcles. Summoning up all the courage means trying to be brave. Androcles stretched his hand slowly towards the injured paw. He was afraid that the lion would attack him if he touched its swollen paw. But the lion seemed to understand his good intention. Intention, purpose. Androcles took the paw in his left hand. Deftly means skillfully and quickly, he pulled out the thorn. Then, tearing a piece of his own clothing, the kind man bound up the lion's injured paw. To his surprise and wonder, the lion then licked his arm as if to show gratitude, to show thanks. Androcles remained with the lion. Means Androcles was living with the lion till it could walk again. He would hunt in the forest and share his food with the helpless beast, helpless animal, and that was lion. Every day He would clean and dress the lion's wound. Soon the lion was able to move about. Many times it followed Androcles wherever he went. In the meanwhile, Androcles' master had complained to the authorities that his slave Androcles had run away. Soldiers were sent in all directions to capture Androcles, to catch Androcles. They searched for him high and low. High and low means everywhere, but couldn't find him. At last they came to the forest where Androcles lived. It so happened that Androcles had gone out alone that day while the lion rested near the cave. Both of them fell into the hands of the soldiers. The soldiers took them back to the city. They put Androcles in chains in a prison. The lion was caged. In those days, people who were found to be guilty, of course, of a serious crime were fed to wild beasts as a punishment. Running away from one's master was a very serious crime at that time. Therefore, Androcles too was to be thrown to the wild beasts. On the appointed day, the emperor arrived at the circus and took his place. The crowd cheered loudly. The trumpets blew, the trumpeters blew the trumpet, and Androcles was brought into the arena. Arena means a ground surrounded by seats on all sides for sports and other public events. His chains were unbounded. He felt weak and dismayed. Dismayed? Sad. He was certain that this was the last day of his life. At the opposite end, a gate raised and a ferocious means wild, dangerous, cruel lion was released into the arena. It had been kept hungry to make it more ferocious, more cruel. Androcles was filled with fear, but he put up a brave front. Put up a brave front means show that one is not afraid. The lion saw Androcles and rushed towards him, bounding and roaring, but suddenly it stopped in its tracks. Then it moved slowly forward. All its rage seemed to have melted. Androcles saw this too. Each friend recognized the other. Means Androcles and the lion recognized each other. To everyone's amazement, surprise, the lion bounded towards Androcles again. But when it reached him, it began to purr and rub its nose against him. Androcles hugged the lion. He wept with relief and joy. The audience, including the emperor, watched this tender sight in a great wonder. People began to cheer Androcles and ask for his release. The emperor asked Androcles to explain the lion's strange behavior. When he heard the whole story, the emperor was also moved by. Moved by means have a strong feeling, the gratitude and friendship between man and beast. He ordered that Androcles should be set free. He would no longer be a slave. When the emperor asked Androcles what other reward he would like, Androcles replied that he did not want anything for himself, but he wanted the lion to be set free too. The two friends went back to the forest to live a free life. Friends, I hope you might have liked this video. If you liked it, please share it. If you have any suggestions for me, please write in comment box. Wish you a good day. Thank you very much.